Alrighty, so today's warm-up is 100 jumping jacks, 50 lunges, and I'm just going to change this because I feel like it. We'll do 20 push-ups. Okay, so 100 jumping jacks, 50 lunges, 20 push-ups, however you want to do the push-ups. Like you can do them on your knees or whatever. All right, neck rotations. Other way. Up and down. Side to side. Ear to shoulder. Shoulder circles. Backwards. Elbow circles. Backwards. Cross your chest. Over your head. On all fours, cat-cow. Downward dog. Right leg up and through. Right arm up. Right arm down, left arm up. Both arms down, back knee down, straighten the front leg, reach forward. Sit back up, pull that front leg in front of you, scoot the back leg back, reach down and forward. Untangle yourself back in the downward dog. Left leg up and through. Left arm up. Left arm down, right arm up. Both arms down, back knee down, straighten the front leg, reach forward. Sit back up, fold that leg in front of you, scoot your back leg back, reach down and fold. Untangle yourself back in the downward dog. Both knees down for frog. Stretch forward for cobra. Look over your right shoulder. Left shoulder. Sit back in the child's pose. Reach over to the right. Reach over to the left. And time. Right. Movement drills, hip escapes. In place or across your mat. If you're going across your mat, regular hip escape on the forearm, hip escape on the hand. Or hip escape in place. All right, next, regular bridge in place, left, right shoulder. I guess left, right bridge. All right, next, bridge, hip escape, scissor kick, forward roll, bridge, hip escape, scissor kick, forward roll. All right, next, high bridge, or sit up, bridge over, so high bridge. All right, next, hip thrust, just regular hip thrust. Next, hip thrust, step across, pivot, and back. Other side, step across, pivot into a low squat, back. Alrighty, time. Get water, get your dummies. Forgot to retie the belt of the dummy. All right, so this month we're working on, well, we're technically working on self-defense techniques and from the mount, but I'm just gonna go straight into jiu-jitsu stuff from the mounts, and we're gonna go into X guard, or not X guard, half guard, because half guard is my favorite, as a lot of you probably know, and especially if you've gone against me, you probably love my half guard when I put it on you. So we're going to work on the escape from mount into a half guard. That was terrible. So we're gonna, without the dummy first, we're gonna do the escape, where basically you're mounted and you're going to bridge. You're gonna frame up here so that they can't pull your arms out. Bridge, and then you're going to hip escape a little bit so that you're on your side. This arm is going to frame against the hip so that you can push against it, and this hand is gonna go at the leg. Make sure you're not straightening things out, just because if this one straightens out, it can get smashed to the ground. So I like, when I do my T-Rex arms, I like putting them against my body so that there is a little bit more that they have to go against, not just my arm itself, but also like my lats, and like if my elbows at my hip, they have to go against my hip as well. So I'm here. This front leg, or the bottom leg, is flat on the ground. I'm gonna come over with this leg, grab at the ankle of their foot. I'm going to pull this leg out, going to pull the ankle over my own foot, get this out, So now this leg is free from the other leg. I'll do it on the dummy, you guys understand. So here, and then I'm going to hip escape, or kind of like bridge, hip escape to the other side. And then I'll have the half guard. So with the dummy, who's already flattened out, so my bridge is not that necessary on the dummy. So I'm bridging anyway, and I'm hip escaping onto my side. I'm bracing with my arm against their hip. I'm going to push against the leg, pull that out over my own leg, pull my leg out, and then I'm going to hip escape and face them here. And we'll do, from here, we have this underhook. I like underhooking and then getting all the way, I'm flipping my hand all the way around so that the back of my hand is facing them. And I'm going to put the back of my hand on top of their shoulder. Then I'm going to get onto my elbow here. And then even deeper than that, I'm going to get onto my knee and then get here, take the back from here. Obviously, it's never going to be that easy, but it's the dummy. Let's just make it easy on ourselves. So if you know what I'm talking about, do it. I'm just going to show it again. So we're going to start from being mounted, bridge, hip escape, foot over their leg, get my leg free here, hip escape to face them. I have the underhook, and I'm going to get this as high as I can. I like turning it over just because it forces them down a little bit more. I'm gonna get on my elbow and force them down even more. I'm gonna get up onto my knee here. If the arm is still here, I'm gonna shuck it off. I'm going to get the back here. You can flip them back over, or you can just get the back from there for now. And then we'll work on some submissions after that. So realistically, you wouldn't quite get the back from them in that like turtle position. You would not be able to get your second hook, so you would just pull them backwards and get that second hook. All right, time. So just real quick, this is not going to be one of the things that we do, but realistically, when we're coming up from the half guard and we have that underhook, we're coming up here, we are unlikely to get all the way to the, get this hook over here. Most of the time when we're doing that, we'll come up, maybe we'll come up to our hands here or whatever, but we'll usually grab the hip and pull them all the way over to get that second hook in, realistically. But we're not doing that today because we're going to get the armbar from here. Inverted armbar. So let me show it from this angle. So here I have the half guard, I have the underhook. I'm reaching far over on the underhook, getting all the way to the other shoulder, and I'm up on my elbow. I'm going to get up on my knee and my hand, and this is done usually quickly. My hand that was doing the underhooking is going to come up to this arm, and this back foot, this foot right here that I'm waving around, is going to be light because my weight is on my hand and on my knee. So what I'm going to do is kick this all the way around so that I am now perpendicular to them, and I put the back of my shin on the back of their neck. And I usually, because this is how I do with my feet, I hook at the neck so that they cannot get out. And then because this is not how their arm's going to be, I come around, I get here, and I'll do the inverted armbar. We'll just do it like this on the dummies. One more time from this angle. So I've gotten myself into the half guard. I'm getting this really high underhook, and I'll get even higher, get on my elbow here. I'm going to get even higher on them, and usually this is done in one quick motion where I'm going to get on my hand, my knee, I'm going to grab this arm and twirl my back leg all the way around onto my shin, onto their neck. That becomes one big motion. We're breaking it down because it's a big motion. So one more time. I don't know what angle I should be in. So I've come here. I've gotten this underhook all the way so that I've gotten their head lower than mine, which is very important in this position. Even if like their head's slightly lower than mine, this hand is just like slamming their head downwards. And it's causing, even me twisting this arm is gonna cause them to put their heads even lower. And I don't actually want them to disengage. I want this arm. So if I need to change the order, if I feel like this is about to slip out, because a lot of the time I'll actually pin it with my head, I'll grab it here. And then I'll come up on my hand, come up on my knee, and then twirl myself around. So from here, this leg doesn't leave, it's across their body, right? And then I'm gonna do it upside down. My other leg is gonna come behind their head. And then I'm gonna do the armbar that way, just this position. Yeah, does that make sense, everybody? Try it. If you have any questions, click it. Let's see. All right, real quick. Look up. I'm jamming this stick into the arm just to explain something. And we're going to move past this, but I've jammed the stick in the arm just so you can see it. So let's say this person is in turtle, so I can show this. So I'm coming here. I've got my leg underneath. I'm going to hold on to this arm with the stick, and I'm here. A lot of the time, I'm not going to stretch out here. This is not how I'm going to finish this move. I'm going to hold on to this arm. I'm going to put my head on the ground, and it's sort of like when we're doing that ankle lock. You put your head on the ground, and then you're just kind of tipping in. That's what we're doing with this. I guess the stick would really matter with that. But yeah, we're not, this is, obviously, this arm bar is not going to end like this. It's going to end where we're face down. We're kicking our face to the ground, and then we're tipping in like this. That's how this arm bar gets finished. So now we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the triangle. It is not unlikely, but this is a really hard position to get into just because they're the ones that are on top, right? And you're just trying to force them down. But a lot of the time they're going to fight back and they're going to turn into you, right? We're kind of pushing their head that way and to the ground. No one's going to take that and let you do it. They're going to push into you. So we're going to anticipate them pushing back into you, and we're going to get the triangle. So I'm just going to start from the half guard here. So I'm trying to push them that way. I know that they're going to use all their force, especially if I am using a lot of force this way, and they're going to push me back onto my back to get the position again. I will anticipate that and use that momentum against them. So this hand that's currently at the ground, I'm going to hold onto their shoulder as they're coming up because I know they're going to come up. And I'm going to push at the shoulder. This leg is going to come out, pop out. My knee's going to go up. And I'm going to go around their back, right? So I'm cupping because they're coming up, and usually they're using their hand on the ground to come up. They're pushing off the ground, so I'm going to come over that. I'm going to grab my shin, grab their arm, put it across my body, hip escape, either get into that triangle position, right? So I'm in half guard. I got out of mount and got into half guard. I will go, I'll go this way right now. I'm here, and I push them down onto the ground, and they don't like that, so they're going to push themselves off the ground. I'm going to anticipate it. I'm going to hold on up their shoulder. I'm going to put myself on the ground before they put me on the ground so that I can have that time to put my foot over, my leg over their back. If I don't get the triangle position, that's fine. I can just lock it up, set it up from here, finish it up, close it up, get the triangle. Different angle, really hard to dummy. Last angle, we'll go over here. I'm in half guard. I'm in a half guard here. I'm coming all the way up. They're going to push against me. I'm going to push on this shoulder. And I'm going to get my leg up and lock up the triangle position with just my hand and my foot. Pass this arm across, hip escape out, finish the triangle. Yes? Thumbs up if that makes sense. Yeah, okay, go. Got to make that dummy work for the belt it has on, especially if you give it stripes. All right, one more, and it's just the continuation from here. Okay. So usually when you're triangling somebody, you want to push, like this arm is here, you're trying to push it across their face, right? To try to get their shoulder, although your leg is over here, right? You try to do this. A lot of the time, their arm is going to start here, and like they'll do this or whatever to answer the phone is what that one's called, to stop it from going across, and like you can build some room just with the strength here to get out. So now we're going to attack this arm. So I'm just going to start right now in the triangle position. So I'm here, and I can't get this arm out. I can't quite even lock up my triangle totally because they're blocking. So I'm actually going to come back to this, and I'm going to scoot myself a little bit upwards on their body. And I'm going to lock this again. And this time I'm going to get my thigh on top of their arm. From here, I'm going to Americana them. That's usually, it's weird on the dummy because it doesn't have joints, but their arm's here, and I'm going to grab their hand. That doesn't really make any sense. I'm going to grab their hand, like this part of their hand, and I'm going to twist it this way over my thigh, which is now blocking at this part. So it's hard on the dummy. So the hand is going to be here. My leg is going to be over like the forearm, this elbow area. I'm going to grab at the hand, and I'm going to pull this way. So I'm going to block with a leg like this, and I'm going to pull this way. Yeah. So we're going to do that one, and we can also pull the arm bar, but I like this one better. So do the whole entire thing, and then do the triangle and do this Americana. Does that make sense? Should I try it again? It's just another movement of getting that arm. Instead of trapping at the neck, because the arm is there, trap over the arm, get that. All right, time. Finish up your last rep. Okay, last note before we do abs. A lot of the time when somebody is blocking, they'll clench their fist, block really tight, and it's hard to pull somebody's arm this way, right? This is super tight. They're clenching. So what you want to do, I can't do it, is twist their wrist first. Like you're gonna grab this part of their, grab this part of their hand, hold it real tight, twist it first, and then you start pulling it. So I'm really strong here, twist my wrist this way. I'm not that strong coming out this way, and you can Americana me this way, right? Here, you can't really Americana me. I'm too strong. Twist it. Americana. Yeah? Okay, cool. Put away dummies. All right. Okay, so recently I've been moving to, instead of 8 exercises, doing 6 or less. Today is 6. And they're going to be 50 seconds instead of 45 because that is not the right app. Because. So the first ones are hip ups, so just hips straight up and down. Second, leg lifts. Third, bicycle, however you want to do your bicycles. Fourth and fifth are single leg bridges. So single leg bridges are one leg on the ground, one leg up. Do bridge. We're gonna do that. There's 2 sets because one is, switch legs. And the last one is, oh, that says Superman look backs. So we're gonna do the Superman, but instead of regular Superman, you're going to look back, tap. You don't have to tap, but I like tapping to know that I look back. Tap, tap. So those are our 6. We're going to start off with hip ups. Yeah. If you need to know what we're doing, look up. I will call them out in between rounds. All right, we're starting with hip ups. Is my sound on? Oh, it needs to be louder. Hold, please. Louder, louder, louder. There we go. So hips straight up and down. Next, our leg lifts, so just legs up and down, straight. Next are bicycles, however you want to do your bicycles. What do I have next? Single leg bridge. Other leg. Last ones are Superman look backs. And that's it.